How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little wild dark ale, a little bit of fruitiness going on today's MBR with a little bit of Allagash Brewing's Ganache. Super excited to give this a whirl. I've had this beer before. I had it on draft actually at Allagash when I was up there, give or take about 3 or 4 weeks ago at the time of this filming. And yeah. I've always wanted to go to Allagash. I've told stories about it. You can go watch my trip thing if you really want to get an in-depth kind of insight into my whole feelings about Allagash. But went up there. Basically, had a great time there. Got to talk to the bartender and told him how I've always wanted to be there, or always wanted to get there, I should say. And finally did after, 12 or so years. And they sent me on my way with a little gift basket. And that gift basket, this beer was in there. So basically, they gave me beer because I like their beer so much. I like that world. I want to live in there. So anyway, let's dive into it, see what she's got. As far as what it says in a bottle. It says Ganache, a dark ale fermented with Brett and aged on raspberries. It's 7.5% alcohol by volume. Open cautiously. Contents under pressure. On the back here, it says the liquid equivalent of biting into a raspberry-filled dark chocolate cake. Aromas suggesting mixed berry and roasty cocoa meld with flavored notes of raspberry, cherry, and subtle coffee. Even without the addition of chocolate, Ganache gains its cocoa notes from the robust grain bill featuring special B, caramel malt, raw wheat, oats, and our 2-row base malt, midnight wheat, and black malt. This burgundy-colored beer is fermented. Dark burgundy, sorry. It's fermented in stainless with both our house yeast and Brett C. Before aging in fresh local raspberries. No utensils necessary. So yeah, label-wise, first concerns. Awesome. Absolutely fantastic label. From front to back, it's probably one of the better Allagash labels that I've seen. Their core line stuff, they're okay. I like them. Take them or leave them. There's a little bit of history with Allagash and me, so I kind of like them a little bit more than I hate them. But this one, spot on. I love it. From the texture of the label to the art design, the whole nine. I dig it. So, let's see if we can give this a whirl. Hold that down. I've had some Allagash beers pop on me. This one definitely wanted to be drank. And, yeah, let's give this a whirl. Yeah, a rich, deep, dark brown, slight kind of reddish mahogany kind of subtlety to the beer itself. You're not going to be able to catch it too much in the beer, but while pouring it, you can kind of see it in there. It looks pretty damn pretty. What can I say? I'm a wordsmith. Gravity-defying head here. Infinite creaminess. It has a nice kind of slightly brown with a tint of reddish hint to the head itself. It's very interesting looking. It looks very much like a kind of like a Cool Whip kind of head to it, and it's dark. I mean, you're not going to glean a ton of color from it. A little bit on the edges. Actually, it's really freaking dark for how not dark it poured. It's way darker than the glass than I expected. Like I said, while pouring it, it's essentially brown with a touch of mahogany to it. So, let's see if we can get a nose on this sucker. Ooh, Pepsi vibes. Pepsi vibes all day. I'm getting like a cherry Coke, or cherry Pepsi. Sorry, it's not Coke. It's Pepsi. If you took cherry Pepsi, but you replaced cherry with raspberries, that's what I'm getting here. Cola vibes all day. A nice sweetness to it, but there's an inherent funkiness to it, which is where I'm getting that kind of Coca-Cola, Pepsi vibes. I keep saying Coke. I should say Pepsi. It's definitely Pepsi, not Coke. That raspberry's there, and it's fresh and bright, and there's a little bit of jamminess to it. I'm not getting much chocolate, but I think that's kind of where I'm getting a little bit of the kind of cola, the Pepsi vibes from it, is I'm getting a kind of syrupy, kind of like candied kind of chocolate, as opposed to like a dark chocolate or a milk chocolate. But yeah, it smells like a fluffy, fermented raspberry Pepsi. And that is not a bad thing. That's a very fucking cool thing. Let's put it that way. So I'm just going to dive right in and see what she's got, because it's going to be good. Cheers. Okay. This is good. Very reminiscent of Dry Log's Plague. Different, markedly different, but reminiscent. Same but different, let's put it that way. Raspberries are bright and fresh. You get a nice tartness from it. Kind of like if you're eating a sweet raspberry and then you either bite a seed or you get that little edge that's a little bit more bitter, a little bit more tart than the ripened portion of the berry. That's kind of what you're getting in there raspberry-wise. You get a nice kind of sprightly kind of effervescence from the carbonation. And you're getting a little bit of acidity in there. It feels like almost like a little bit of like lemon zestiness. I think that's where I'm getting a mixture of that chocolate malt, which is not that chocolatey, but you combine that chocolate malt with the raspberry and that little bit of lemon zest. That's where I think I'm getting the cola from. Now that lemon zestiness, I think that's coming from the Brett C. I could be wrong, but mouth feels nice. Nothing too crazy. It's sprightly. It's vibrant, but it's not super dense. But yeah, I wouldn't expect that much from a wild beer. I wouldn't call it sour. I'd call it wild. Super inviting. Super effervescent. That's the word I keep leaning towards. It's almost like when it's been this way with a couple other beers that I've had and I've mentioned in the past. It's almost like you're not even swallowing liquid. You're swallowing microscopic bubbles that are bursting when you go to swallow it, which is such a fun way to experience a beer. And I think it delivers a little bit more flavor that way too. Yeah. Yeah. Raspberry Coca-Cola, man. A little bit of lemon zest. Does not suck. And I love this. These are beers that really turn me on. Not hop forward beers or adjuncty stouts don't do it for me. When I get beers like this, it just, this is what I grew up on beer wise. This is your Belgian style, Belgian-esque range. And I have beers like this that are so creative and so gentle, nuanced, and beautiful. And to flip it, to get a little bit angsty, to think that people don't covet this and wait in line for this as opposed to other beers kind of boggles my mind, but at the same time makes me a little bit happy because I know I don't have to fucking wait in line for this beer. I only have to drive all the way to Portland, Maine, and tell stories about how I want to go there. That's how I get the beer. But yeah, it's absolutely fucking delicious. Absolutely top-notch. And just beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful beer. I could huff it all day. Could drink it all day. I could just anything with it all day. So yeah, let's talk about it. Is it one of the better? I don't even know where to classify it. Wild ales. I guess I go wild. Let's put it this way. It's one of the better dark beers that I've had as of late, yes. If it's one of the better wild beers I've had as of late, yes. We'll fit 2 rolls on this one. It just works for me. From the way that raspberry is delivered, that little bit of lemon zestiness I assume is coming from that Brett. The chocolate ends up making me think it's more like cola than anything else. Just beautiful. Beautiful across the board. Value and availability, I don't know. They gave it to me. You know what I mean? On top of it. Fuck. So, I don't know if you can get it outside of the brewery, but if you can, then I would pick it up. Especially if you like what way like this. If you like Dry Log's Plague, if you like dark wild beers, if you like well-made beers, if you like Belgians, if you like Pepsi, if you like cherry Pepsi, if you like good beer, and if you like effervescence. Let's go back to that because that's the big takeaway from this for me. That effervescence on this beer really just kind of sets it apart. The mouthfeel on it is just so welcoming. If it tasted like poo, obviously the mouthfeel would be bunk, but yeah, if you just like good beer, definitely worth giving it a whirl because it is definitely good beer, especially if you like wild beers. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your review. If you didn't, anywhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped. Massive Beers in all 4 of those places. And yeah, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice Ganache right now. And hope to see you next time. Cheers.